Hey you guys, look at this. My adorable little strawberry has holes in it. Something was eating it and it wasn't us. So that's the third or fourth time that's happened. You may not know this. I love gardening. I also love the birds that live in our garden a little too much. Especially since quarantine, I get really wrapped up and involved in their day-to-day lives. For instance, that little brown bird, the fat little brown bird, was having a war with a robin over that bird's house for a while. And when I felt that her babies might have been in danger from the robin who was trying to steal the house away, I may have started throwing the tennis ball for Wrigley in the direction of the birdhouse to try and protect the fat brown bird's babies. Dave will come out on his breaks from work and ask me how I'm doing while I sit on the back porch and stare at the trees. And I'll give him a full rundown of the goings-on of the backyard. Which robin and the mulberry tree got in a fight with which squirrel from the telephone wire, and so on. And so I don't like to spray things in my garden, just because if it means I don't grow as much, or stuff gets eaten, like the 3 big strawberries that we have growing on our 12 plants. It's not that big of a deal. I enjoyed growing them and I didn't kill anything in the process. But I also like to give it my all. So I'm here to show you a fun little trick to scare critters out of your yard. As you see, Dave built me this really cool chicken wire cage that just sits right over the top of the strawberries. Except with our new beds, this was for our old bed. With our new beds, the dirt hasn't settled yet, so it's kind of mounded up. So I thought it was birds eating it. They ate 2 strawberries over on this side, so I covered it to keep the birds away. And it went underneath the wood. So it's either a very courageous bird or it's a mouse that's getting up here. We've also tried painting rocks red to convince everyone before any of our strawberries turned red, but then the kids helped me mulch and they covered the red rocks. And the point of the red rocks, and I guess they do help. They helped us a couple years early on. You put them out early, and then the birds see them and they come and peck the red rock, and they go, oh, things in here that are red are hard and they hurt my face. But the thing that really works, and I learned it from my mom when she used to tie up curling ribbon and little silver pie tins in her yard, is that they're afraid of movement. And so this literally cost $2. I had these hooks from the Dollar Tree. They don't hold any weight, but they're perfect for this. So you just take something. You could even use sticks. Sticks would work too. And you need some yarn. I made this yarn, but you don't have to make yarn. You could just use any old yarn. You can use CDs, old CDs, because they're shiny. Sorry, Chicago. I never really liked you anyway. Did you guys know that I hate musical theater? I know that's funny because it pays my bills. Anyways, back to this mess. So yeah, basically I hung up garbage in my yard. These are fruit roll-up wrappers from Target. They're fruit strips. They're very delicious, but on the inside, they're super shiny. And they're light and they're airy and they float and they move really nicely. And from a distance, they look like little party streamers. If you don't look too close, you don't know that it's garbage, but I'm reusing it as like a garland to scare things away. So it'll catch the sun during the day. I don't know if you can hear it. but because I cut them into strips, they sort of crinkle and rattle, and they don't like that noise. They don't know what that thing is. Obviously, I washed them so they don't smell like delicious fruit strips. They have a very strong smell. And so then that would just bring the animal. So I just used a little palm olive and I washed it. So, except for the 2 hooks that I had that didn't work for the thing that I needed it to, I mean, you could just use sticks from a tree and then it would be completely free. It's garbage and sticks, and I mean, yeah. And it'll keep everything away. Another thing you can do that we've tried is things with large front-facing eyes, like stuffed animals. You put those in your garden, and they think it's a predator because they're front-facing. They're big eyes and they're front-facing. The problem with that is that my dogs don't know that they're predators, and they'll chew them up. So that doesn't work for us. But this pretty little party, little litter party, definitely works because of the flash from the light, the sound from the wind, and it literally costs nothing to do. And I'm not going to kill any creatures because I'm spraying things. So that was a long one. You're welcome. It's a little insight into my life. I have time today because the kids are with their mom, so I've been just puttering around the house, doing all sorts of things. Anyways, everything's looking good in here. We got all the way down to the end of the row. We got to plant those. I was just letting the sun kill off the grass that we flipped. We're going to put tomatoes in the back and either lentils or green beans in the middle. Our tea garden is doing pretty nice. Our chocolate mint and our lemon balm is doing really well. Chamomile never showed up, so chamomile never showed up, so I'm replanting it in pots, and then I'll transfer it over. This little garden with our cilantro and our basil and our sage, our thyme, our chives, our dill. Did I forget anything? Cilantro, parsley. Is looking so good. I looked at a picture of it from when I first planted it, when it was just little tiny sticks that couldn't even hold themselves up. Our pepper plants are doing really nice. We finally got some flowers in over here by our fountain. We have some butterfly weed, some nasturtium and some zinnia around the back by Bun Bun. We have Brussels sprouts. Our stupid tarp is still here. One day I'm going to get to use stupid tarp. But Dave trimmed some trees, and then I had the kids throw the branches on there to sort of flatten down what was growing underneath because it was too strong for the tarp. And it wasn't dying. I need it to die. I need the sun to heat it up and cook everything that's underneath it so that I don't get any weeds in my pumpkin patch. But pumpkins are definitely ready. Here's our pickles. They've gotten so much bigger since that other video when they were just peeking their little nose up out of the ground. Some cauliflower. Our broccoli is growing and being beautiful. Our taters are growing and being beautiful. And there's our zucchini. So things are going nicely around here. I hope you get to go play in some dirt. Oh, look, it's Dave. I'm going to go say hi to Dave. He's obviously on a break. Talk to you guys later. Bye.